I'm Dan with Dan's Haulaway. Today we gave a quote for an office removal. This office is a law office that is near the downtown area in Denver. It is a very big job, okay? So they are going down from 15,000 square foot office to a 5,000 square foot office. So they're trying to get rid of as much as they possibly can. Obviously some things are going with them because they're still gonna have an office, but they want us to remove the majority of everything that is in their house. So let's kind of go through this all, see how we do it, how we priced it, what we did, and you can kind of see how we did it all for yourself. So, all right, so I went through, I did a walkthrough, I recorded this entire thing. I did it myself, so I was just kind of handheld watching it. You're gonna see some clips in this video here. Overall, it is a lot of things, okay? So, about 32 offices that need to be removed. There's about 45 plus desks and cubicles, miscellaneous file cabinets, shelves, tables, and it is on the third floor with an elevator. Now, we're not taking everything, so we're not taking the entire 15,000 square foot office, but there's something in everything that needs to be going, okay? How do you price this? Is it your pricing by the office room? Do you price it by like the contents of it? You know, like how do you think that this goes, right? My overall thought perspective in pricing this and giving a quote is thinking of all the angles, right? How long is this gonna take? How many guys am I gonna need to be able to do this? All the equipment that's gonna be needed. Overall, I need to be aware of everything. I need to think of all the contingencies, all the prices, all the costs, all of that stuff, so that way I can make sure I can give an accurate quote. So in this, I have done office quotes like this before, but this one isn't nearly as big. There's not as much stuff there. It's a lot of it is going beforehand, so I need to figure out the best price for this. All right, so let's kind of go over everything. What do I think the time frame is going to be? The amount of employees, the trucks, everything, okay? So this is a big office. Things need to be taken apart, so I need lots of different tools. I need lots of equipment, as in like dollies, wheels, blankets, and stuff like that to make sure that I can get all this stuff out in a proficient manner, okay? What I think is gonna take is, I think it's gonna be a 2-day process, not a full 2 days. I think it's gonna take 2 days. I think it's gonna require 6 to 7 employees to be able to take apart and take everything out. And I think it's gonna take 2 26-foot trucks. So 2 days, 2 trucks, 6 to 7 guys for those 2 full days, all right? That is what I'm predicting it to be. There's gonna be a lot of disassembly, there's gonna be a lot of removal, there's gonna be a lot of things that we're gonna try and recycle, okay? Can we save it all? You have to plan that you cannot save any of it. You have to predict it all to be trash. What you can save is what you can save, but the thing is, there's still time, there's still labor, there's still expenses that are involved with saving stuff and being able to donate it, okay? So just because you can donate it doesn't mean it's free. Understand? You still had to go and pick it up. You still had to pay your guys to go and take it. You still had to pay the gas to go and take it. You still had to go and unload it at where it needed to go. All of those things are added costs. Now, it might not be going into the dump itself, but those other fees are very equivalent to dump prices. So you have to take those things into accommodation. Just because you can donate it doesn't mean it's free. Never free. Understand? Okay? So when we're doing this, we have to try to like think of the contingencies, okay? So I have a bunch of details here. Let's kind of go over it of like the overall things, like the costs of things, what I predict things will be, all right? So, all right. I think in total, with all of it being in trash, I don't think it's gonna fill the truck up 2 times for 4 total trucks, okay? So it's 2 days, 2 trucks, but it doesn't mean that it's just 2 trucks of unloading, all right? So I think it's gonna be a total of 3 total trucks and trash, All right. These desks are going to break down. It's not going to be just like stacking a bunch of desks in there. It's going to be a lot of like miscellaneous wood parts that are going to be all over the place. We cannot save everything. It is the ultimate thing of things. I predict that it's going to be 2 to 3 tons each trash. Okay. So what I mean by that, 4 to 6,000 pounds for each trash truck, okay? And we're gonna have to unload this. It's gonna be a lot of double touching there, okay? But what we can save is gonna reduce in the weight and it's gonna save us in the costs. So our costs for dumps here in the Denver area is $190 per ton, okay? Now, I'm charging it at $200 per ton, but I also have I have a contract, I have a, what is that called? What is it, I have a partnership, I have a business agreement. What is it that I have with the dump to where I'm paying less? What is it that, what would you call that?
Preferred rate.
Yeah, I have a commercial account, there we go. I have a commercial account with my local dump to where I get it for $130 a ton, but I'm not charging it at that, okay? Because even though that's the charge that I'm getting it at, I have to predict and I have to have contingencies, okay? Doing it at $200 a ton is gonna make it to where I'm gonna have any overages. If I go over 2 to 3 tons per truck, I am prepared for that. I need to make sure that I have the what ifs in place, not just the exact costs of things. Because what if I don't have guys? What if I can't dump things? What if I can't recycle anything? You know, I have to be prepared for all of those aspects, okay? I think it's gonna be 6 to 7 temps, all right? I have to do this, and I say temps for a reason, okay? I have to do this without interrupting my day-to-day operations, okay? So what I do with my 2 to 3 trucks that are currently running is what they do. They're gonna be doing their everyday activities. I'm not gonna use any of my everyday guys for this job. Why would I do that? I don't wanna stop my everyday stuff. I'm not gonna put temps on my stuff when all I'm doing is just disassembling a bunch of office furniture and putting it into a truck. Let's get a bunch of temps in there for 2 full days. Knock it out. Set it up in teams, plan this out, make it as best as possible, okay? So there are a lot of costs in here. Let's add a few things up here, okay? So I'm gonna take my little calculator and we're gonna add some expenses in there and we're going to weigh this all out and see what the overall cost is gonna be. All right, so $2,000 a ton. Or sorry, my bad, my apologies, sorry. $200 a ton. There's going to be 6, 12, possibly 15 tons of furniture, okay? So if it's $200 a ton and there's 16 tons, that's not right, 12 tons. That comes out to $2,400, okay? So that's a $2,400 expense. I need a piece of pen and paper. Okay. Okay. And then temps are gonna be $300 a day, all right? So $300 a day times 7 temps is $2,100 a day, times that by 2, so that's $4,200. The box trucks, so 2 26-foot box trucks, obviously I don't have those trucks, so I'm gonna rent them. Those are most likely gonna be Penske. I expect that to be about $1,500 for the 2 days, okay? All right. All All right, let's just add in some gas in there. Let's just say there's $200 in gas. Miscellaneous fees, let's just add an extra $500 in there for tools, extra things that I'm gonna need, okay? All right, so that right there is all of the costs, okay? So we have dump fees, $2,400. We have labor fees, $4,200. We have trucks, $1,500, and we have additional fees of an additional $700. All right, so we come out to $8,800 here. Now, that is the total fees of things that I expect to be of cost, okay? Now, it might be on the high side of things. It could be low. What if we come across some problems here? All right, and then what is it that I want to charge for just putting to time to be able to do this, okay? So I added on an extra $3,000 here. That did not do it. Plus 2,700. All right. So I quoted this job at $11,750. Okay. So I quoted this 2 days, $11,750, 50% up front, 50% once it's finished. So I should be able to cover all of the expenses from the first half, and then I should be able to take most profit from everything at the end here. Now, the total cost of everything came out to $8,800. So I should potentially make $3,000 off of this. I should potentially make, like, if I was very hefty on these costs here, I should make more than that. It should be $4,000 to $5,000 that we make on top of this. Now, we're gonna see, but I put in the quote, we sent it off. I'm gonna show you what the quote looks like here. And then at the same time, we're gonna see what happens here. I did put some stipulations in there. All right, obviously with the deposit down payment and then the completion, there are possibilities of other things happening, contingencies. So if it goes into a third day, there are contingencies in place. And then on top of that, I want to have at least a 2-week notice to being able to accept this job, right? So we're not doing this on last minute. We are doing this as, we wanted as much time to prepare for this as possible, okay? So we need 2 weeks notice to be able to take care of this. They would like this done at the end of this month in August. So hopefully this will be in like 3 weeks. So they have a week to accept the offer or not. And then we're gonna see what happens here. I think that this is all gonna run pretty smoothly. I don't think that there's gonna be any issues. I think we planned accordingly. There's not too many other expenses that are needed to be in there. But what do you think? All right, you're going to see like just an overview of this job. You're going to see some different clips of inside of what we're looking at, of what we're taking apart. Do you think that you need more guys? Do you think you need more time? I would love to hear your thoughts. Did I quote this to the right aspects? Was I low? Was I high? I want to hear your thoughts.